going to be talking about Little Miss JonBenet Ramsey also having a mukbang.
The Ramsey family includes brother Burke, JonBenet, the mom who's Patsy Ramsey.
Hello, I'm Patsy Ramsey. Daddy's not here, but this is JonBenet. She's 4, Burke is 7. And we'd like to welcome you to our home and wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Then the dad, who is named John Bennett Ramsey, and it's actually how JonBenet got her name. They like kind of put a French twist on John Bennett, so she's named after the dad. So John worked for a company called Axis Graphics, and he was very high up there, so he was very rich.
The family lived in a 5-bedroom huge house in Boulder, Colorado. On December 25th, 1996, the Ramseys attended a family friend's Christmas party. When they got home, John Bennett went straight up to bed and everybody said their, good nights and off to bed.
But the next morning at 5:52 a.m., police dispatch received a call from Patsy Ramsey, a frantic call, and the person who answered this call at the dispatch was Kimberly Archuleta, and she's done interviews recently.
911 emergency. Police. What's going on? 515th Street. What's going on there, ma'am?
We have a kidnapping. Hurry, please.
Explain to me what's going on, okay?
There's a note left and our daughter's gone.
A note was left and your daughter is gone? How old is your daughter?
6 years old. She's gone. 6 years old.
How long ago was it?
I don't know. I just found the note. And my daughter's
Does it say who took her?
What?
Does it say who took her?
I don't know. There's a ransom note here.
It's a ransom note?
It says FBTC. Victory. Please.
Okay, what's your name? Are you
Patsy Ramsey. I'm the mother. Oh my God. Please.
So, I want to read the ransom note to you, and you can go ahead and formulate your own opinions. I'm probably going to put it on the screen, like, over my face so you can look at it, because there's, like, scanned images of it, but I'm going to go ahead and read it. You can read along. Mr. Ramsey, listen carefully. We are a group of individuals that represent a small foreign faction. We respect your business, but not the country that it serves. At this time, we have your daughter in our possession. She is safe and unharmed, and if you want her to see 1997, you must follow our instructions to the letter.
When Patsy called 911 to report her daughter missing, they had also called the Whites, the house where they was there the night before having the Christmas dinner with. They had called the preacher. They had called numerous neighbors and friends in that house. So they had messed up right then. So anything that was there,
any evidence,
anything that was there that could have helped them was completely gone. It was wiped. They were also passing around the ransom note. Like, it was not just on Patsy's fingers. Like, it was being passed around. Also, came to find out that it was written on Patsy Ramsey's, the mom's, notepad. And it wasn't the first one that was wrote. Actually, there was a practice note written on that notepad.
And my theory, which I want to say, I'm not saying this is 100% true. If the family obviously lost their child some way or another, and if they weren't involved with it, I'd feel very bad, like, accusing them of doing it. But this is just, like I said, a theory. It may or may not be true. A lot of people think this, though, too. So a lot of people have claimed that Burke was sort of a violent kid. Apparently he had hit his sister in the past with things. That's obviously very concerning. So I always thought that maybe it's possible that Burke somehow hurt his sister on accident and it killed her, or they thought it did, and the parents didn't want to lose both kids, so they staged the whole thing. And here's how experts think it went down, and how I actually thought it went down as well. People think that JonBenet may have woken up, and maybe she was excited about, Christmas and everything, went downstairs, and Patsy and Burke were having a bowl of pineapple and milk, which was like her favorite dessert. The theory goes that She possibly took one out. That's why her, you know, DNA wouldn't be on anything to do with the pineapple, because it was only the DNA of Burke and Patsy that were on the pineapple. So it's possible that she just took one out with her fingers, and that Burke was mad that he, you know, she took some of his pineapple and grabbed a flashlight and hit her in the head with it, obviously not meaning to kill her, but definitely knocked her unconscious. And we know now that that was not actually what killed her, but it's quite possible that Patsy or Johnny even was involved in this, thought that it did kill her and decided to stage the whole rest of the thing in order to save Burke.
They were like all in it, and he was just going over and talking how, you know, they would have never hurt their daughter. They loved, you know, they loved their daughter, and they would never like lay a hand on her.
I suppose it could have just been all of the wrong things at the wrong time. It could have been that Burke was molesting his little sister, and then an intruder came in and also molested her and murdered her. It could have been just a series of things that just lined up terribly, and Patsy panicked and wrote that.
What do you think? What do you think, Nana? And all this is for entertainment purposes. Like, none of this is... All this information can come from Google, Bing, YouTube, whatever website, search engine, information. We bought a DVD from ID Investigations, like the channel ID. Yeah. And we watched it. So... Like I said, it's all for entertainment purposes.
Like I said, these are just theories. They have been cleared by the police. It's, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learning a little bit more about JonBenét Ramsey. I know that her name's everywhere and a lot of people just don't even know what happened. But I hope you guys are having a great day. Stay safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
As always, the products that I used in today's video are going to be linked down in the description box, as well as my social media. And until then, I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye.
Okay, we will be back next Monday with another mukbang and another case for you guys.
And of course, we have to be respectful and remember those that lost their lives. 6-year-old little JonBenét, of course, had her life stolen from her. With that is all that I have this week for you, and I will see you next week. I think I forgot to do triggers again.
Man, I'm bored. I wonder what's going on in true crime YouTube.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we have an epic mukbang.
What? They're gonna be like talking about actual crimes in this video? That seems pretty inappropriate.
She thought that she had found the one. She thought that she'd found the person that she was going to be with for the rest of her life.
What?
They made adult choices and tried to murder their friend at 12 years old, and that's very disappointing.
Why is she dressed up like a bumblebee?
That's fine.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Oh. Okay. I'm not a big fan of this.
So today I'm going to be diving into whether this type of content, especially on YouTube, is ethical, and if not, what are ways that we could improve our engagement in or production of true crime content. So true crime has literally exploded on YouTube in the past like 5 to 6 years, and it's only continuing to grow. YouTube analytics show that in 2019, true crime videos were viewed over 2 billion times, and that number only increased by 30% in 2020. The appetite is increasing for sure. And I completely understand why. Like, unlike before we had to like sit through a Dateline episode or like watch like an hour to 2 hour long documentary, or I mean like read like a complicated article on a case, now you can just pop on one of these like YouTube true crime videos and like in 40 minutes you have a condensed, entertaining, and I mean researched, hopefully, little bite-sized version of this very convoluted case. Whether it's the wildly popular BuzzFeed Unsolved series, true crime ASMR, mukbang and true crime, makeup and true crime, just like the straight up no bells and whistles true crime like Kendall Ray and Eleanor O'Neill, we are literally spoiled for choice. And once you subscribe, at least once a week, you'll see on your recommended page like a really dramatized picture of the YouTuber, like the killer in the background, and then like red, like a blood splatter somewhere, like crime scene tape, and like a subtitle in red being like murdered in her house. But unlike full-fledged productions like Serial or Making a Murder, which like at the very least have to have a strict understanding of like media law and ethics law, even if it's not perfect, they still have to abide by a couple rules. Unlike that, YouTube literally, like quite literally, has no rules, no regulations on how to report true crime on the platform. There's no rule that you have to like obtain the consent of the victim's family before making a video on the death or disappearance of their loved one. There are no rules on how like graphic or explicit you can be about their loved one's last moments. Basically, the victim's family is either grateful for or re-traumatized by the increased amount of eyes and opinions on their loved one and their loved one's murder or disappearance. The YouTuber gets a fat payday from AdSense and or lucrative sponsorships, and us viewers get a little like thrill, I guess. Like, I don't know, like people watch true crime for different reasons, but for whatever reason, we keep coming back.
Well, having the consent of the family is unbelievably important because, you know, some families are just not okay with being in the limelight like that. They don't want to deal with that sort of thing. They don't want people to obsess and have fun with the death of their loved one. They don't want someone to eat popcorn while watching a show about it. It makes sense to have that opinion as well. They don't want people online to harass them, asking them details about the case, because for them, it isn't just a case. It's an actual traumatic thing that they went through. This is a pretty huge phenomenon when it comes to the true crime YouTube scene. They will talk about some kind of horrible tragedy crime thing while doing their fucking makeup. I think this presents a few solid layers of disrespect and ethical problems as well. First of all, I think this comes pretty damn close to full admission that you're not doing what you're doing out of some kind of deep compassion to the families or the victims or anything of that sort. No, you're mixing one big trend with another because you know it's gonna get you views. You know there's a huge overlap between the mainly female audience that watches true crime videos and the mainly female audience that consumes makeup videos. And you're using that for your financial benefit, full on. It's hard to pretend that you're not doing that in that situation. 2, you doing your makeup, or for that matter any kind of secondary action while talking about other people's traumatic events, definitely gives off the vibe that this isn't really something that you care about all that much. If you actually were to care about the subject that you're talking about, you'd imagine that you'd be giving it your full attention and not doing your makeup at the same time. It would be a bit better if that sort of disrespect that was already shown by just the act of applying your makeup while talking about the stuff didn't also continue to the words that they actually say in the video.
See that the body had been castrated, you know, like the lower area.
Or if you don't know what mukbangs are, it's essentially just this type of video where you talk about whatever while eating whatever. Seems pretty fun, to be honest. Obviously, this presents a lot of similar problems as we've seen in the makeup true crimers, but somehow these problems are amplified by a billion, because while you might be able to claim that putting on makeup is a fairly casual act, there's nothing casual about consuming a whole cheesy tower of onion rings. In terms of making the tragic story that you're talking about feel secondary or even cheap to the viewer, I mean, come on, you're seeing this right now. Does this look like a good setting to talk about trauma? I don't really think so, to be honest.
I want us now to take a look at Stephanie Sue's channel. She's really a top dog when it comes to these type of videos with over 2 million subs. This is her latest video at the time of me recording this. Check out this crazy juxtaposition in the title. On one side, we have this gruesome question. Why were his foot and head detached? The sketchy body in the barn case. Horrifying and gruesome, right? A bit too gruesome. Some might even say or suggest that you're using that for clicks. But then, immediately afterwards, boom! Giant McRib mukbang. Jesus Christ. Seeing these two things placed right next to each other at the same time feels really odd. We got on one side horrifying death, then suddenly McRibs. Family losing their loved one, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Pinely Pinson decapitated, Alfredo fettuccine, the girl in the suitcase, cheesy onion ring tower.
Let's try this.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Many of us would think that's going too far. The personal conclusion that I've come to when researching all of this is that whether you're hopping on the bus to your local crime scene, or visiting a dark tourism destination, or clicking on a true crime YouTube video, our curiosity and fascination is coming from a similar place. Experts explain that participating in wound culture is a little bit like getting on a roller coaster. Participants are fearful and excited at the same time. It's a way for people to feel alive and connected to their environment and to other people. So I can't deny that there's a big part of me that thinks doing your makeup or eating a massive plate of food when talking about traumatic events such as murders or disappearances is insensitive. Just like how I think using too much humour is insensitive. But I've also been known to stick on a true crime YouTube video while I'm doing my makeup getting ready to go out, or sitting down to eat my dinner and watch a true crime video. So would that make me as insensitive as the YouTubers who've made this their job? Is there a morally correct way to tell a true crime story and a morally correct way to consume it?